day. From Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin, it's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the New York Giants. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
They'll run on first down. It's Barton. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's second down. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He finds Smith out of the backfield. 30-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Well, this defense very strong.
Flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Now Love. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Azeez Ojulari racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On now is the Packers punter. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Jones forced out to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Thomas. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On 2nd down now, it's Jackson. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Facing this big first-half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And incomplete on the deep ball. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the and he'll go down. Lorenzo Carter, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. To try again after the sack. Love. He finds his man, complete. It's Hammond. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Love now. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. On now is the Packers punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands 1st and 10. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. 5-3 their record at the halfway point, and you have to imagine that there are folks saying, hey, if we do that again in the 2nd half, we're 10-6 and we're a playoff team.
I do think, though, that they have a couple things working against them, and number one, the schedule, that's going to toughen up a bit because they've got some division games down the stretch, and those are always difficult. Number two, you know they've got to stay healthy. That's the key to getting to the playoffs and winning in the playoffs. But they've got a shot at it. This is a good football team.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. Yeah, this will be a Giants 1st down as he'll take this up to about the 33-yard line. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Jones now on 1st down. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this 1st quarter. They run on 1st down with Jackson. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And defensively going with a dime set, 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. While the training staff takes Jones from the gun on 3rd down. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
3rd and 4 is always a tough call. Maybe a little too long to run for it, but not too long to hit him on the quick slant. And that was well executed. Found the window and zipped it right in there.
Off play action. Jones eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down. 4 minutes to play here in quarter number 2. On 2nd down, it's Jackson. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
And this is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards. to throw. Jones. And it's caught. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Jones dancing to his left. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be? And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now he dumps this off over the middle. It'll go as a gain of 4. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and out will come the offense as they take over. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
So first thing that crosses my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Love once more. Well, the pressure gets to Love, and he'll go down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. On 3rd down, Barton. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On now is the Packers punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Giants now going to take over late in this first half. And they may be content to take this 7-0 lead into the locker room. We'll see. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 16 yards on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Jones looking long for Thomas. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. What a potential turning point as he'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
They were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Love. Oh, he stays up. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Final play of the half. Love airing it out deep for Smith.
A high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top. As we send you down to Orlando. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
On 1st down, Jackson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. On 2nd and 11 now. Jones, he's going to float this one deep right side.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
Here's Jones on 3rd down. He'll air it out deep for Thomas.
And it's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
So 1 first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on 3rd down and couldn't hit it.
And the Giants send it. A punt for the first time this afternoon. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll step aside and be right back. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
Love from the gun. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. second down now. Wakefield. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throwing. Love. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Lorenzo Carter in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. On now is the Packers punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
The possession switching back to the New York Giants.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. On the run, this is Jackson. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. And they're going to speed things up here. From just shy of midfield, Jones. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Back to throw. Jones. Thomas has got it. Complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Jones. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there's no space available. And incompletion as a result.
A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal. Operating from the gun. Jones. Flushed out right. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. The extra point by Bass, up and good.
And it's now 14-0.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Another drive coming up for this Packers offense.
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punt...
And the Giant rush gets home as down he goes. Lorenzo Carter, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On third down, Love. Well, the pressure gets to Love, and he'll go down. Azeez Ojulari in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. Desperation time here. Love on fourth down. And it's going to be batted down. And will go the other way with the football. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line. New York ready to go again offensively. But they can thank their defense for another stop. And now look at the score, where they've got the football. They're looking pretty good.
They're looking excellent because...
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are right back in this football game. 2-score game here in the fourth. And that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them. Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
First down, Love to pass. This is Smith with a grab. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? In trouble, and he's taken down. Azeez Ojulari. What a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. A hole to dig out of here, 2nd and 17. Another try after the first down sack. Love. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. The Packers on third down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. And the ball comes out. Love lost it. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Giants touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 21-0. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Taken in at the 3. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. The interception was a good starting point, but still a huge hill to climb with his 3-score deficit and time fading. On 1st and 10, Love. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Love. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. The Packers on 3rd down. It has been a disaster. 0 for 8 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 20.
Well, time, I mean, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, so that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defensive side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. Back to throw. Jones. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Off play action. Jones. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 28-0.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
The Green Bay offense ready to take over.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Here's Love. Well, the pressure gets to Love, and he'll go down.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Love from the gun on 3rd down.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 38, and the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to win. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
And the Packers are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Following the interception, Love.
Open man is Duvernay.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Love looking to throw it. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Love. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That's taken in by Duvernay.
Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Jordan Love ready on first down here. Fighting a safety valve here. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
So third down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. To pass, here's Jordan Love. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers.
And the Giantsons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
No, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for the Giants, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.